Greetings from the North Woods of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. I'm Natasha, and this is Plant-Centered Living. Happy Labor Day to those of you who live here in the United States. Labor Day tends to be a marker during our year that is the start of the school year for many people, but it's also marks the change of seasons. And here in the far north, for those of us who heat with wood, it means a time of gathering firewood. It means finishing up those last projects out of doors before the snow hits. And what I do is I often use the change of seasons to be a time of reflection, to look at where I am and where I want to be going. And so today I want us to review a couple of different things. One is, what is plant-centered living? The second is a reminder of the Plant-Centered Living Pledge. And the third thing is, I would like to introduce you to the pillars of plant-centered living. Because I think for many of you, you can think about those pillars of plant-centered living and perhaps incorporate them into your life as you are headed into the new season, as you're headed into winter, where many of us have more time indoors to reflect and to take better care of ourselves. Because so many of us oftentimes neglect our own self-care, but the most important thing that you can do, not only for your own personal health, but also the health and the well-being of those around you, whether that be coworkers or family or just members of the community, is for you to be healthy. That's the bottom line. Not only is it better for you, but it's better for everyone else around you. So investing in your personal health and well-being is incredibly important. So let us recap as far as what the definition of plant-centered living is. So I actually printed out the definition, and I'm going to show it here on the screen, the old-fashioned way, on a piece of paper. So those of you who are visual will have this for all time in this video that you can refer back to. So as you can see right here, it says, plant-centered living combines fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, seeds, and nuts into a health-promoting and delicious way of eating that improves one's personal health, places less strain on the precious natural resources, and contributes to a more equal and just world in which all living beings are revered. Plant-centered living makes intuitive sense and is based on sound science and is sustainable over time. So that is what plant-centered living is, and that's what we're speaking about each and every week, the various aspects of plant-centered living. And we've already gone over the Plant-Centered Living Pledge, but I do think it's important that we revisit this because it is incredibly important that we keep it in mind as we move forward. So here is the Plant-Centered Living Pledge. Be knowledgeable, be confident, and be patient with yourself and others. And as I mentioned in a previous video, sure, you absolutely need to be knowledgeable about your plant-centered lifestyle, and you need to be confident about it, but you need to be patient with yourself and others because it is absolutely critical that you be kind to yourself, and being kind to yourself, you do that through patience. Now, I would like to next focus on the pillars of plant-centered living. These 5 things are what I have chosen as the pillars for plant-centered living because I feel like they are the 5 things that if you do them, that it helps you to be a more balanced person, a healthier person. And so see if you agree with me. I'd love to hear your comments. So, pillars of plant-centered living. Pillar number 1, eat more plant-centered food. Number 2, move any time that you can. Here's the thing. If you work in an office where it seems to be very difficult to move, you could get a stand-up desk perhaps. If that's not an option, you can get up every few minutes and at least stretch or walk around. But do that at regular intervals so that your body is moving, the blood is flowing, and your energy is moving around. And for those of you who may not be into going to the gym, you can go out for a walk. You can do stretching in the morning. Whatever it might be, just make sure that you move your body during the day, because movement is so important on many levels. 3, and this is a difficult one for many of us, including myself. Unplug from technology when you can. And now it's very, very important to unplug from technology, especially before you go to bed at night, because your screen time often revs you up and makes it difficult to fall into a sound sleep. But as far as technology, set aside a few moments, a few hours, some period of time during the day when you are not connected to your phone or to the TV or to the radio or any other number of technological devices that many of us use during the day. Just spend some time with yourself, with your family, with a project that you're working on. Unplug if you can, when you can. Cultivate meaningful relationships. Meaningful relationships with friends, family, co-workers, just another individual or individuals is incredibly important to people's mental health, and that mental health often manifests itself in how we feel physically. So cultivating those meaningful relationships is incredibly important. For those of you who are looking for a good book to read, there's a book called Healthy at 100, written by John Robbins. And in that book, he speaks to research that shows just how important meaningful relationships are in the health and well-being and the longevity of people on this planet. And last but not least, and perhaps the most important, is listen to your inner voice. We need to listen to that inner voice that all of us have, because it has our best interest at heart. We just need to take the time to give it the credibility that it deserves. So I hope that these 5 different pillars of plant-centered living will help you to be more grounded as you head into the fall season and as you make the transition to a plant-centered lifestyle. Please let me know how these pillars are working for you. And if you would like some help on your plant-centered journey, making that transition, or just supporting you along the way, please get in touch with me. Give me a call, 906-235-5430, or visit me online, www.plantcenteredliving.com. You can also follow me on Facebook. But just stay in touch. And again, we're building a plant-centered community, and I'm really glad that you're part of it.